Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the
Unpopular Opinion.
Real,
Raw,
and we're saying it all. All right, so today we're talking about a topic that's a bit sometimes controversial, especially in this Africa, in this our Uganda. We're talking about self-love. Important, is it not important? Is it a trigger word for you? Does it make you roll your eyes back and feel like these millennials? Because that's what my mom does. So my very first question is, what is self-love to you, Fiona?
Okay. I don't know if I was ready for this question, but I think self-love for me is just being kind to myself. Period. It really is like all the many things that go into that, whether it's speaking to myself kindly, making time to meditate, buying myself a nice cup of coffee.
Yeah.
It's just like it's all the things that are part of me taking care of me.
Yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
Prim.
I feel like, by the way, we can't put it in like one sentence. We can't, even with the words you've used, I feel like it's deeper. It's so much broader. It's very deep. But I think it's along the lines my description or my understanding is along what, the lines of her description. Something like choosing yourself over and over again. But it's also, it involves doing so much work on yourself. Like, it's like building a house, but that house is you.
Yeah, and continually maintaining it.
Yeah, maintaining it.
All right, so I was doing a little bit of research, and this is already confirms what we already know. As Black women, not just Black women, as African women, Ugandan women, it has been, we don't really, self-love is not something that has been taught to us. This is something we have to learn now,
Yes.
And when I was doing research, I realized that actually Black communities are prone to like looking down on self-love. And actually the entire world has benefited financially from Black people, especially Black women, feeling like they need to be better, they need to be different, and not loving themselves, hating themselves. And that is to do with our own hair, our skin color, our our bodies, so the world has actually benefited from us not loving ourselves. But for me, I feel like loving yourself goes beyond physical. It starts with physical, starts with saying, I have kinky hair, I have kaweke edges, and it's okay. I'm beautiful. I don't need to have straight hair like white people. I don't need to have long hair like Fiona. I don't need to have hair like Daisy Sunshine. Like, what are you even? But you get what I mean. I don't need to have more hair. I don't need to have less hair. My hair is on my head and it's perfect. I don't need to have a smaller bum. I don't need to have a bigger chest. That's how self-love starts. So my next question to you, I'll just get to my notes because my phone has locked. Anyway, my next question to you is our catchphrase in this day and age. You see it on Twitter and social media, dating yourself. Now, wait. Before you start rolling your eyes to the back of your head, until I did research for this topic, I was one of you. I was one of you. Like when you hear that cat dating you,
Millennials just want to act woke,
We're all so woke and we're all dating ourselves and stuff. But what I want to ask, what does dating yourself mean to you, Fiona?
Gosh, I feel like dating yourself is like a subset of self-love. Like it's part of the huge thing that self-love is. I think it's loving you the way you would another person in like we invest so much in romantic relationships, and yet when we are by ourselves we sometimes forget to do that. I mean, especially when you're a single woman and the world is pressuring you to be unsinglified. But in that time of singleness, it's such a wonderful time to just date yourself. I'm not saying it ever stops. It's something you should do for your lifetime, but you have even like you just have all this room and time, and you're not tied to I don't know which, and like you can spend so much time reading the books you want to read and going the places you want to go and trying the things you want to try, like just like it being a time for me, like me even just like venturing out to do the things that I'm doing now, like my artistic stuff it's me dating myself. Like it's me really just like being like, this is what Fiona likes, so I'm going to give her the gift of doing that thing. So dating yourself is, gosh, it's so broad anyway. Like Prim said, there's no way to even put it in a box, but it's a little part of loving yourself, just like having the freedom to really invest in yourself. And yes, I mean, time, money, beyond now, as in taking chances, all that good stuff. Something like that.
I think that for me, dating yourself will be, and this is something that I would tell every young woman or man, it's validating yourself before you come to us. By us, I mean the world. Before you come to the world to validate you, before you come to the world to, tell you what you should be, it's very important that dating yourself is get to know yourself. Get to know yourself, get to know what you want, get to know what makes you happy, what brings you fulfillment, before you come to seek these things from the world. Because whatever you get from us, it's like a very lone boat getting onto an ocean that is full of waves and the wind. Will blow you. The world will blow you. But when you date yourself, you understand what you want. You understand how you want to be treated in relationships and in friendships, right? And you will never settle for less. You'll never take anything less than that.
Now, for me, when I was doing research for this topic, I realized that so many people think that dating yourself is going out on dates and spending a lot of time together with yourself. And now, I do not like my own company. It's boring. I am boring when I'm on my own. I don't like it. I've never been successful in dating myself in that way. Does that make sense? So these things of when I was dating Philip is very much of an introvert, very, very much. He recharges when he's alone. When I'm alone, I feel like I'm going mad.
The thoughts in your head.
Not even, I don't have negative thoughts. I just be like, this is it? Do you know what? I'm boring. Just there. So I came to accept that dating yourself means different things to different people. And it's okay. It's okay. Don't let the introverts make you think that you need to be alone. You need to be alone with yourself. You get, it's not like when I'm on my own, I'm thinking death thoughts or whatever. I just feel like, this is literally what happened. I'm so bored. I'm not an interesting person on my own. So for me, what dating myself has meant is taking myself through a journey of healing. I've been through a lot, and everyone has. But for me, my a lot has been a lot to me. It might not be a lot to you who's watching or you guys, but it has been a lot. And I have decided that I do not want it to define me, and I do not want it to take any more of my life.
Amen.
So I sat down with myself and be like, okay, Claire, every single day you do the work. And I know a lot of people ask me, what does doing the work look like? It's different for everyone, but for me, it's showing up for myself. Showing up for the things that I want, not settling less for less, So even when I don't feel like it, I have committed to me. You get, for the things I want. And I feel like it's such an important, people think self-love is pedicures and manicures and facials and whatnot. That is only like 2%. That is the easy percent. Showing up for yourself means that you're going to pay money to go to therapy. That money you don't have, but you're going to find it. Showing up for yourself means you are no longer weak. You are no longer a victim.
Finally,
you are no longer
taking back your power.
the girl that is sad. You know, I get a lot of people in my DMs, and I don't judge them for this because, you know, they come to me. We were talking about this just now, and you see someone is like, no, but I'm in campus. I don't have money. We were all in campus before. We didn't start out here. You know, your self-love might mean that you're going to be like, okay, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to learn.
Yeah.
I don't have a job, but I'm going to create my own job. I'm going to be the best I can be at the job. And no one's going to derail me. Why, you think we don't get negative comments? We don't think we don't get negative. Now, for me, my personality is not naturally liked by many people. Does it bother me? Sometimes it pinches, but all in all, I still choose to be me, you know? So what I'm saying is that you see all these people self-loving, tanning at the beach and stuff like that. That's only 1% of the work.
It really
is.
Wearing bikinis is just 1%.
Yeah. It's you showing up. You're not confident. How do you gain that confidence? Because confidence is not born.
Yeah.
It's developed. It's grew.
I think, like, you've made me think, like, how I think, like, self-love sometimes, because, okay, we are looking at, people doing massages and all that stuff, it looks like it's supposed to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And yet that's not the case. Discomfort is a place where you grow. Like being in putting yourself in uncomfortable positions, that is where you grow.
Holding yourself
most.
accountable, sitting and you're like, Prim, Prim, you are toxic. You're not a good friend. The way you say your words, you're reckless with your words. You hurt other people's feelings, or you're a saboteur or something like that. Holding yourself accountable, as it's like stepping out of your own body and sitting and saying, it's not the whole. But for me, I feel like I'm the one that they wronged, I'm the one that but you're sitting in situations where like, could I have gone a different way about this? How would I contribute? Yeah, how did I make this person feel? Yes.
I used to find myself in positions where I'd see Prim is getting a VW, and in my head, I'd pretend like I'm happy for them in front of their faces. But in my head, I'd be like, but I don't have a Volkswagen. I'm better than Prim. I grew up in a better situation than Prim, but now Prim has a better car than mine. And guys, doing the work means even when I get those pinching feelings,
they'll always be
they're there.
And they're normal.
They're there.
Let me lie to you that
they're there.
Envy is
it's a
human emotion.
Exactly. It's envy is normal. That's most people say. I know some people commented on our previous. You can't. But doing the work means you go back into yourself and be like, Claire.
Yeah.
We're not in those moments. What should I do? Yes. How do I change that negative feeling into a positive one?
And without even comparing and saying, at least I have a marriage. At least I'm better than her.
That's not healthy. What is healthy is I am happy for Prim.
I will get
my time will come because I'm working for it. Now, again, if you're envious because Prim has gotten a VW because she's working so hard, are you working hard? Do you deserve the VW? That's how, that's how.
I feel like it's not even about are you working hard. You don't know her journey. Exactly. You don't know what has led her to this place. You don't know how how she has saved for these things. You don't know how she has. It's a season.
I will calm down. Okay, I want a VW. How do I make sure I get one? And that's what I meant by working hard, because everyone is working hard. But what I mean is that am I working toward that intentionally? Because some people, you save your tiny little coin. Someone else, like, I'm going to beat a deal here. I'm going to beat a deal there. And so what I mean, that's what I meant by working hard, because I'm not undermining people who are working hard and are not getting the luxuries. It's just some people are very intentional about strategy. You get? I want this. So that's what I mean for me. That for me, self-love is never. I've never posted a reel where I'm getting now a facial. I'm with self-loving. That's not my self-love. That's not a version of self-love. That's a reward for all the hard work that I do for me. My self-love is feeling like rubbish in the morning and be like, Claire, this is not you. Claire, get out of bed.
Yeah.
You know? Now, Fiona, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What does dating yourself look like? Guys, stop rolling your eyes, please. What does dating yourself look like as a single person?
That's an interesting question. Gosh, it looks like many things. But I think for one, it's taking time to just get to know me a little bit better. I don't know. I guess that sounds like, no, I get to know me better. But it's really is.
It's not much about me. I'm just rating.
Right? But I'm honestly, in fact, just the other day I was with my friends and I was telling them, I didn't really know myself. I started to know myself at around 28, 29. And I'm still getting to know myself. So, I mean, in this single period where I'm not, and I also have the privilege of not having like people I'm responsible for. I'm, for the most part, only responsible for me. So I am just focusing on trying to get to know me, whether that means, in a season when I can afford to pay for therapy or to just even listen to podcasts that I feel pour into me or help me like navigate different things better. That's like, I think that's the biggest part of self-love. Honestly, I can't even tell you boba massage, what. Honestly, I'm not in a season where those things are even really like affordable like that for me. But just taking time for me, and unlike Claire, I'm pretty introverted, so taking time to introspect by myself, like me hanging out by myself, is something that I really value, and I feel like it pours into me. So taking time for that, and also really being intentional about the people that I have in my spaces, especially in my intimate spaces. Yeah, so just like the people who are near me, I'm so cautious about that. I mean that also extends not just in a single time. It's something you should do always. But me, it's something I've learned in these now years. Just like to be very careful. Yeah, to not give everyone a specific type of access. To surround myself with people who really pour into me, who support me, who I learn from. As in, I really like. I'm so into you guys. The people I meet, just know after I've met you today, I'm praying about you. I am literally, I have gone to God and I'm like, God, this person has come, show me how I should not, all those things. Like even with people who approach me, whether it's guys or whatever, I'm so like, I want to pray about you and we'll see what Jesus says. But yeah, and also just like
in the maybe pile.
Yeah, and also just like it's also been, I think in my I've also had like other people talk about how like in their single time, like making the most of your single time to grow spiritually. It's not to say that you can't do it when you're in a relationship or whatever, but it just presents like a lot more free time for me to invest in mania fellowship, mania those activities, and there's just like a lot more time for me to invest in that stuff.
How marriage makes you spiritual. You'll be on prayer mountain because the man didn't come back last night. The other day you are fasting 10 days for him to,
we are speaking against that. But I don't know, I think like, there's just like a lot more time to do a lot of things, and I'm just giving myself the freedom to do them.
Okay, Prim, for you, how has it looked like to you in your relationship?
For me, it hasn't, like, I think that if you asked my partner, the person, I used to tell him that you have met me at the best part of my life. And that was the beginning of our relationship, say in 2019, when we met. But I feel like now I'm a different, like, I'm an even better, like, version of myself. And I remember telling him one of the things that I asked him that, would you have told me not to be a content creator? And he said, no, like, no. Then I remember telling him that I want you to know that even if you had, the Prim you met today would never stop.
Yeah.
Maybe if you had met me those days, like say at 23 and 24 and 25, when I was a bit shaky, when I still needed validation from the person I'm dating, when I still needed to be wife material enough for them, I think I would have stopped, right? But the person that I am now, and when I met him, I think that was around, I must have been like 28 to 29. I can't, like, I will always choose myself. So I've loved myself enough. But it's so funny that now at 31, I am not even the person that he met. Like, it's like I'm a better, much better version of the person that he met. And yet he met a good person even then. So the journey where I've had to, like, I've been the journey where I've dated myself and loved myself, it's still going. It's the journey where I've had to live in my mind, because before I just ran away from my mind, right? But now I've had to live in my mind and, tackle my feelings, tackle the fear, tackle the anxiety, the things that tell you you're not good enough, But what if you are not? It's like a very, constant journey. Tackle the people pleasing. For me, overcoming people pleasing and just like being here and being able to say no, being able to choose myself, being comfortable in a moment where I can say that I'm happy. Like in this moment, I can tell you that I'm happy, I'm content.
Yeah.
That has been such a great journey of like dating myself and getting to know myself. Yeah. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay. So for me, I think I'll say first of all, it started with physically. Yeah, I've grown up where people have legit commented on my body since I was 12 when it started to form. So those comments shaped the way I feel about myself and the way I think about myself. So I'd see Beyonce, I'd be like, I want that body.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And actually makes me very emotional because I remember my mom having to go to people and telling them, stop telling my daughter she's fat. Because I wasn't. I was 13 and dieting. Do you get what I mean? I remember going to the UK. It was a school exchange trip, and went to UK in a group of friends. I'm not, even now I'm not fat. People will say you're fat, but I am not fat. But then I was like half the size I am now, probably even a quarter. It's just that I've always had a big bum.
Yeah.
That is overwhelming. It can be overwhelming to the eyes. Even mine, I get it. But so we went to the UK and everyone else was so much smaller than me.
Yeah.
But every single time I tried to wear something small, all I saw was cellulite. Yeah. I was 15. Yeah. All I saw was thighs. Do you get what I mean? I'd wear it and then I'd feel. All I saw was, that your crotch that grabs you and when your thighs are rubbing together as big women, but everyone else had gaps between their legs, and that was like a cool thing.
And they were
there.
kids, and they were being treated like kids.
And I wasn't being treated like a kid. I was being treated like the fat woman, girl. I was 15. We were all 15. So I remember looking at them and thinking, I actually went to the bathroom. That's one time I ate and I was like, I need to be skinny like those girls. And I went to the bathroom and I gagged myself. I tried to, so it failed, unfortunately. I did it a couple of times. It failed. It's just my body didn't, and I wasn't persistent enough. Otherwise, I would have become bulimic. Do you get what I mean? And so I remember that very, very vividly. Yeah. Do you get? And if someone had taught me to love myself, if people would pass by me and say, I have a good body, you are beautiful, that would, so now right now,
could go back and
if I could go back to that, I'd just say, I wish I was fat like I was fat then, now. But even now, I'm happy with how I am fat now. Yeah. You get what, I'm happy, this is me. Does that make sense? It can only get better. It can get better. If I want to, I could do something about my body. But what I'm meaning is that it started with physical. When did I stop relaxing my hair? Yeah. I started before I'd cut off my hair and be like, oh my God, I can't deal with my natural hair because it's so kinky. I started with loving my hair, doing different styles. Now you can't find me dead relaxing my hair. If I relax it, it will be for 3 months and then I'll grow it out, because yes, they're versatile. I'm not looking down on people who relax their hair. I'm really not. It's just I relax my hair not because I need it to be straight. It's because I want to relax my hair. It was also looking at my skin tone. I'm a dark woman. A lot of people come to me and say, but I am struggling with dark inner thighs. That is who you are.
Somebody over here has strong feelings.
Your dark inner thighs are who you are. Your dark skin is who you are. It is beautiful. And once you start to love the exterior, you will start to take care of the interior.
Yes, and you start to take care of the exterior.
Prim, you're the one who got me into, because I never used to take care of my not really. Even skincare, I wouldn't invest in skincare. And Prim got me, was like, no, Claire, you need to start looking, looking good and blah, blah, blah. And I did. And oh my God, the change, the difference.
Yeah, you
You
glow
know,
different.
I invest in looking good these days. You get my skincare, 500K done. Kagwidao. But, and I see that it's very, very expensive. Sometimes I can't afford it, but I have to. It's something I save towards. It's something I am intentional about. I invest in knowledge. I invest in knowledge. If I don't know something and I need to know it, I will learn it. So I will put aside time. I don't know is something that will never come out of my mouth unless I'm intentional about not doing it. If I ever tell you I don't know, just know I don't want to help you. I'm not interested in doing whatever it is you want me to do. But I'm the kind of person, I've become the kind of person that if I don't know and I need to know,
you go live.
Yes, I've also become very self-reliant. Extremely self-reliant. I don't need a man. I love my husband, but I really don't need him.
You want him, you don't
I want him, I don't need him. I don't need, if there's money, that's good. If there's not, I'm not going to die. You get? I'm not going to be one of those women that are chasing money like relentlessly. I do chase it because I need it. I want to be comfortable, but I don't need it. It's not something that's going to make me make decisions that I'll regret. Does that make sense? So that's just basically what I do. My self-love means going through the discomfort, being uncomfortable, knowing what I want and being willing to walk through the fire for it because it's on the other end of the fire.
Yeah, put it on a t-shirt. Woo, you are preaching, sis. You are preaching the word.
So what I want to know when it comes to self-love, how do you, like practical steps, Fiona? 3 practical steps that you have for other singles, other women your age, other people that are watching us that need to know now, how do I be that woke person that is self-loving and dating themselves?
Wow. Okay. I don't know if that sounds like an authority. I can't say I'm an authority, but a couple of things that I do
feel
for
like
me.
you are.
I mean, but
You really are. I mean, you've got to the point of self-loving, so you can teach other people to do.
I mean, okay, I'm still on the journey, just like everyone else. But
Don't make Fiona. Don't give her that much. She'll become a dictator of self-love. Next thing you know, she's not getting out of her face. She's just there.
Hi guys, self-love today. Hi guys. Anyway, okay. So let me see. One thing I really like to do, and you guys, you pick and choose, by the way. Let me just start from there. Really pick and choose because everyone is so different. It may not work for you. But one thing that for me that really improved my life is when I decided that I was going to start waking up earlier. I don't know. I know it sounds
Get away from me with 5 a.m. clubbers.
So for me, because first of all, I'm someone whose productivity really starts to dip from the afternoon hours. Waking up earlier has given me that's the time in which I meditate, time in which I pray. It's the time in which I do my affirmations. It's the time in which I do my little things, and I like that it's a very quiet time as well. It's like the break of day. It's like I'm waking up with God. It sounds weird, but that's how I feel. It feels like a wonderful time to pray. Like I feel it really pours into me every single day. It's also the time that I carve out like 20 to 30 minutes to read. So for me, waking up earlier has given me, I don't know, like a really quiet time to do stuff that for me matters to me and really gives me the fuel for the rest of the day, and just like continuously doing it consistently. So yeah, maybe your time is nighttime, maybe your time is some other time, but just carving out time, I think, for those little things that are important to you. A lot of people ask me how I manage to read so consistently. It's just making the time for it. Yeah, I've just made time for it. So there's that. And then I think gosh, I don't know if this is a practical, but I think it is. Just making having people around me who elevate. Yeah. It's I feel like it's a daily decision. Every day I'm deciding who I'm going to spend my time with, who I'm going to give time, who am I going to actually give a call or whatever. Yeah. So those people, I feel like investing in. Yeah, just like identifying the people who you really want to be near you, who I'm going to call every day, who I'm going to interact with often, because they really influence the way my life bees, you know, if I be there, even like when we come in the morning, sometimes maybe it's super early, we are tired, or we haven't even woken up yet, but these guys really take me to the next place that I need to be in order to record this stuff you're seeing. So there's that, and also just prayer, because that's just like a big thing for me. Yeah, investing in just having time for praying. Yeah, for just jazzing with God. That's been big for me as well.
For me, I remember when people used to ask me, how did you get so confident? And I just used to easily say affirmations, because it's a word I came across on the internet, and I didn't want to go so deep into
catchphrases. People just throw up.
I didn't want to go so deep into explaining myself, and because for me, my confidence comes from my dad, but not everyone's dad is like that. My dad made me so confident, so I just used to tell people that the easiest thing, it was affirmations, until I went through depression. And I practically used to wake up and say, today is going to be a good day. Today is going to be a good day. And I used to affirm it until I started reciting these affirmations, because I needed them to get through the day. Did I understand the importance of affirmations? And now, for once, when I tell you affirmations, as a form of self-love, I mean it. Unlike before, when it was just an excuse, but I do mean it, because now that's something that I'm very intentional about it, about affirming myself. Number 2 is compartmentalizing, knowing who lies where. Okay, these are my workmates. We have a good relationship as a colleague. I'm very, very intentional about being a good colleague at work, and that there's a difference between being a good friend. Most of the people that I work with are not my friends. Not most, if not all, are not my friends. But I'm intentional about being a good colleague to them.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Sija bamenya, right? I'll not be giving excuses. Yes, I'll do my part when it comes to work, blah, blah, blah. Then my friends, I'll know that Claire and Fiona are in a circle, and I'll know that so-and-so is acquaintance, so-and-so is, friend. So I'll ask myself, what would I do for Fiona and Claire that I wouldn't do for the other people? That means that if I have, say, 3 hours in my day, am I going to give Fiona that 1 hour to listen to her, to see her and find out how she's doing? But it's someone that even if I had a whole day, I won't give it to you. Because for me, one of the things that I've also, like, as with age, is that I don't have time. I juggle so many things. So for me I remember before, I used to show up for events. I'm exhausted, but because I feel like I don't want my friends to say that I changed, or she's now thinks she's better than us, what you get. And I used to show up exhausted and spent, and I go home crying, complaining, blah, blah, blah. I don't do that anymore. So I've chosen who is who. How have I complained? What can I do for this person? Yeah. And what can I do for the other person? And that has saved me a lot of people pleasing and a lot of whining, because when you please people, obviously it takes from you. Yeah. Then I think another form of self-love for me would be therapy. And even if you can't get therapy, I pray that you talk to yourself with kindness. Because it's very, very important that you talk to yourself, kindly. Yes. Talk to yourself kindly. It's very important. It's very funny, the things that would happen to you, how your life would change if you changed how you talk to yourself. Yeah. Like you have to remind yourself, you're hardworking, or, I'll get there. It doesn't matter what the other person, like, tomorrow will be a better day. You're doing your best, you're doing well. Those things that used to seem so trivial, that just used to seem like catchphrases on the internet, are actually, have been proven to be true. Speak to yourself with kindness. Yes.
So for me, I think my biggest thing is I do not get into bed at night unless I am better than I woke up. And I know it might seem like a huge thing, but it will be anything from, did I drink water? Or, or have I learned something? Even if it's just one small thing, have I, something that is not just something randomly, I'm like, okay, I'm going to the internet to look for something to learn. No, but something that is intentionally bettering me in my life, in my business, in my situation as a mother, a wife, something. So I do not go to bed. I'm intentional. One thing, I And if you do that, by the way, it's literally one step in front of the one foot in front of the other, one step at a time. So I'm so intentional. If there's someone asked me a question in an important situation and I didn't know, I'm going to learn. And it doesn't mean I'm going to sit down and go through all just one step. Like the other time, there's a reel I saw, and I'm like, oh my God, it would be amazing if I could do this. And, it kept, like, that's where the level I want to reach. I don't have the time to do it myself. So what I decided to do, I'm going to save. I'm going to put a financial plan in place to be able to afford a videographer to help me do those reels. But before that, I need to figure out who the photographer is and how much they charge, they cost. And then I'm going to create a strategy for those particular reels. How do I make it mine? It's just simple things like that. And it's not all happening in one day, but if something is planted in my mind, I make sure I try to see if I can follow through, because it's just something that, guys, please, if you need to know something, do not go to bed without finding at least just one thing about it. I like that. If I need to go, like my body image, I'll just try to go to bed that night trying to do something about my body, whether it's something maybe I choose my clothes for the day that will make me feel good the next day, or I just try to be a better mother. How can I be a better mother? I'm always kind of asking, what can I do to be better today than I was yesterday? Usually it comes to knowledge. There's so many things we can't do anything about, but you can do something about the knowledge you have. You really can. You really can. I don't know is not an excuse. It's the laziest. For me, if you tell me I don't know, I just okay, move out of my way. I need to find the people who are willing to know. You don't tell me I don't know. For me, I will. That's the worst thing you can say to me. Because you create content. You're not a videographer. You've learned how to take videos to the level you are. You get right? When I was living abroad, you can't afford a hairstylist. I learned how to do my own hair. I'd braid the entire head. Take me 2 days. So I'd look for like a long weekend or something and I'd do my own hair. Do you know what I mean? So always intend to learn. For me, that's my best version of self-care, because that is a way I pour into myself. I make myself self-reliant. I don't rely on other people. If I have to do it myself, I will.
And I think it does a spiral effect, like it spills over
out to the people around you. This is true. When you're pouring into your own cup, man, there's enough to to give other people. Which is why
also a lot of people say, how do you come up with content? I learn. It's just learn. When I go and I'm learning something and I learn it, I'll be like, oh, this would be great content for my audience. It's just you're constantly pouring into yourself so you can pour into other people.
Amen to that.
Okay. So we have one more thing to tell you in this episode before we go, and that is, you want to tell them?
We're going live on June 25th. The Unpopular Opinion is going to have a live show.
A real big dream.
All this point the audience.
Like you guys, we are bringing this that you see on your phone and your computer into real life.
Into the real life. You get to, and you don't just get to watch us.
You contribute.
And so much. Like it's going to be, we're going to make it the best show we've done. But we've invited Murugi Munyi. Many of you know her. Previously, what she used to go by was Yummy Mommy. She is coming to Uganda. She's getting on a plane. Coming to Entebbe. We're going to pick her up and we're going to bring her live on the Unpopular Opinion. So we're hoping that you guys come.
Please join us.
Join us.
Ask questions.
Just talk to us. Come meet us. Come meet Murugi. We're really excited, guys.
Follow us so that you can get all the info. Absolutely everything. So we are excited because we know we are going to see you there. Leave for us a comment saying, I will be there.
I will be there. We want to know who's going. Who's going?
Like how they say in Fanero, you say that you'll bring 4 people next Sunday.
4 people.
Just bring 4 people to the event.
Very good. And subscribe, please, guys. We always see now analytics, like 50% of you watch and don't subscribe. But no,
that award is there in your face.
If you've liked anything that we have posted, please support us. subscribe. If you haven't, like, just don't bother. All right, guys, have a wonderful week. We'll see you next episode. Bye.
Bye.